NWA Mountain State, the flagship of the National Wrestling Alliance, bringing you great wrestling action sanctioned by the NWA.
Oh my God! All-American knockout!
We go to a judge's decision. Judge's decision. Judge's decision.
You see Ron Sexton looking on Scotty.
Measures him. Shooting star press.
Parker, look out!
He's got one measure. Super kick again.
Ricky Shane misses though. Dozer catches him.
Tune in each week to see the greatest stars in independent wrestling along with your hosts Stephen Hensley and Jacques Moliere. NWA Mountain State is paid in part by Kramer's Security and Investigations, now hiring in all of southern West Virginia at kramersecurity.net. Mark A. Hunt and Associates, practicing law since 1994 and online at markahunt.com. The West Virginia Tobacco Quit Line. Get help to quit smoking now at westvirginiaquitline.com.
You can't beat Johnny Blast. You can't beat him.
Ring the bell, boys. Ring the bell.
And the bell has been rung.
Well, I'm in a bad mood this morning. Let's go ahead and see Buddy Love get hurt. I've never seen a more disappointing turn of events than when Buddy Love and Pitbull Bob Brown decided to mug it up with these useless hicks in West Virginia last week, right here outside of the IHOP in Beckley.
Come on now.
I don't understand it. For months now, they've been doing the right thing. They've been taking it to their opponents. They've been showing a vicious streak. And now they want to come out here with a ridiculous freaking moniker like Puppy Love. Oh, Puppy Love. They call it Puppy Love. You know why I call it? Freaking stupid.
Well, I'll say this much. It is an obtuse moniker. But they have...
I don't think you can use that kind of language on TV, Dean.
Moniker?
Obtuse.
Oh, obtuse. Yeah.
That's like a Spanish word for something bad, right?
I was just talking about the little glass thing that Germans wear. That's a moniker, right? Collar and elbow tie up from
Don't
these
like Germans either.
men. I like Germans. I'm
Just
part
like you
German.
don't like Canadians.
Well, you're part
Or
Canadian.
fat people. You spend months bad-mouthing Buddy Love because of his weight, and
you
now
seen
all of
my
a
weight
sudden you're a
line?
fan of him?
Oh,
Well,
come
fine,
off
fine, whatever.
Come off it!
You're a bully, Dean Bibb.
I'm not a bully, and neither is Buddy Love, the instigator of NWA Mountain State's anti-bullying campaign, now having his hands full with Bulldozer mid-ring here.
Come on, buddy.
Now Pitbull Bob Brown and Buddy Love apparently taking a little change in the weather.
Oh,
their Army of Darkness days.
Big feel-good story for you and all the little Muppets of the Mountain State. Go choke on your frickin' cheeseburgers. Let me tell you right now, Buddy Love, he might be anti-bully, he might have a head of steam, he may be media-friendly, but he's in there with a former king of West Virginia who has literally crushed every single person he has ever been in the ring with. He's quicker, he's faster, he's stronger, he's accumulated more accolades, and he has a much better t-shirt than Buddy Love.
Wow, he got that attention. Wow.
Back to the shrine.
I call it like it is, thank you.
Talk to a wrestler about their merchandise table and you get their attention in a hurry. Coming up next, Hatchet gets his shot at the NWA Smoky Mountain Heavyweight Champion, but he has to go through one Jason the Gift Kincaid.
Who'd he bribe to get that match?
Well, he's been working hard. The house shows, he's looking up in the house shows, he's looking up on TV, so now he
You call
gets a
getting
little
beat
bit of a
up
reward.
working hard? I call
Well,
it
in
hardly
this-
working.
In this business,
He's greener than grass you lay on.
don't lay on grass. I got a nice bed. Jester's going to have a match against Suji Singh also. Both members of Zug Island are going to be in singles competition today. And Lost Boy Nero taking on Shane Storm. Wow, what a match Nero had last week with Jason Kincaid, which saw Puppy Love come in and save those two from the attack of the heavyweight champion, which led to his $500 fine, courtesy of General Manager Gold Standard Jacques Moliere, as Bulldozer chop blocks the left knee.
Excuse me, did you call him the gold standard?
Absolutely.
Shut up, Dean. The next time you say something as ridiculous as that, I'm going to carry a little bottle of water next to me in the announce booth, and I'm going to treat you like a bad cat. I'm going to spray you in the face with it until you move away from the microphone and can say something smart. But something I do want to talk about is, good Lord Almighty, I want to talk about that right there. Bulldozer nearly beheading Buddy Love. You saw the agility there. He went through the ropes there with that leg. It's almost like a I don't even know what to call that. It's like having a 2x4 come across your head while your neck's on top of the ropes. I'm surprised it didn't pop off there.
Whether he at least
Buddy Love would make a lot more sense without that head on his shoulders.
He at least has a rug burn on his shoulders because of that. I can guarantee that. Oh, big running splash by Bulldozer. And you expect this kind of a match between these guys. Absolute hard shots, heavy hitting, trying to take the legs out from underneath each other as Dozer is. And Buddy Love winded. You see there's not a lot of power in those strikes right now.
Well, you're absolutely right about that. It's like I said, the Bulldozer, in my opinion, happens to count for a lot, the superior athlete of the two. He spent more time in conditioning. He spent more time studying the wrestling tapes. Buddy Love likes to high-five the fans, but really, he should be doing his homework, and he should be spending a little bit more time on the treadmill. I mean, let's be honest. I've tried to encourage the guy, but I think he spent 1-2 mornings eating one too many 100 pancakes.
But the thing of it is, as big as Bulldozer is, has he ever been in the ring with a man the size of the East Coast's largest athlete? 540 pounds. From the Badlands of Chicago, Illinois.
Let's call a spade. How much bigger is Buddy Love really than the Bulldozer? That is not a huge size and weight advantage. They're very evenly matched. And the Bulldozer, it's much, much stronger. It's just a fact.
And you're seeing right now a big man applying a crossface on another big man, and the rope saves the day for 3BL.
Well, that's about the only thing that saved him there. If he would have been square center in the middle of the ring, not only would he have to work against the Bulldozer's natural strength, but he would be fighting his own body weight to make it over to those ropes. Easier said than done when you're carrying around what? What's he weigh these days? About 390, 400 plus pounds?
Who, Buddy?
I don't know, 600, 700, I don't know.
Oh, and a DDT now by Bulldozer. On Buddy Love, and here's your lateral press and a hook in the leg. Buddy gets that shoulder up. Flash is right in the position to see that one. Good job, Flash. Not much gets by him.
You know, as a point of concern for Buddy Love, I have to wonder, did anyone actually do the required physical on him to make sure he was healthy enough to compete in a match like this?
There are people.
I mean, he's pushing a
aren't
BMI index of what? 357,988 cheeseburgers? Did you know cheeseburger was a number? It is on Buddy Love's weight.
We have people who want to be in NWA Mountain State who can't pass the physical.
We have people who want to compete in NWA Mountain State, but they're afraid if they're in the ring with Buddy Love that they're going to feel an awful lot like Geppetto and Pinocchio swimming away from the great whale trying to swallow them.
What a difference 2 weeks can make, man. You were his best friend even 2 weeks ago.
Well, he turned his back on me.
Oh, did he?
He sure did. I'll tell you who I'm glad to see back in Mountain State Wrestling just in time to make up for this pathetic excuse of a friend, this pathetic excuse for a human being, Buddy Love. I'm so excited to see the Bulldozer take it to him. And you can see as he just levels Buddy Love with those stiff shots in there, Buddy Love giving everything he's got. Wow. And the Bulldozer, not only superior strength, not only superior conditioning, but there's some agility. Enziguri hooks the leg.
What an incredible move.
Barely. This close, Dean. Do you see this?
Bear in mind,
it's not even a freaking inch. What is that, 2-3 centimeters?
That move was executed by a man over 300 pounds, ladies and gentlemen. Do not try this at home. How much more can Buddy Love take, even in his left knee that's taken so much abuse? And Bulldozer, he's headed outside the ring.
He's going up top. Oh, this is not good if you're Buddy Love. But if you're watching from where I'm watching, you're getting ready to see an awe-inspiring spectacle. The agility of the Bulldozer all the way up top. He's spending some time showboating, but no!
Buddy was ready for him, and Bulldozer couldn't change up in time. He ate the foot. You want to give it up? Buddy Love needs to get to his base and capitalize.
And the Bulldozer making his way over to the ropes and just draping himself over top of them. He's keeping himself at a vertical base, but that was a lot of punishment he just absorbed. Buddy Love's foot working with the force of the Bulldozer, and that's going to knock you for a loop. I don't care who you are.
Buddy now.
Grudgingly, I'll admit that was a good move.
Buddy taking it to the Bulldozer in the corner, and the Bulldozer's in a very bad place right now. If Buddy Love hits this, ow!
Big head of steam by Buddy Love, smashing the Bulldozer's head against that turnbuckle. And his ribs are already hurt. There's a big time splash by Buddy Love, but Lance Erickson hits the ring. That's going to be, where's the bell?
There you go, Doc. Sign me for that too. Get up, Dozer. Get up, Dozer. Simon. Push the mic. Here's my. All right. Get the mic. What's this shit?
And his partner comes out there to help you. And you still agree and you feel that.
We talked about it last week on the House of Styles. We're tired of the bullies. We're tired of bullies thinking they can run over Shot Moliere. Tired of the bullies thinking they can run over these people. Tired of the bullies that think they can run over us. You know, we've been talking for a while. This is Pitbull Bob Brown. I'm Buddy Love. We're a team. Puppy Love. Puppy Love is going to run all over West Virginia. And if you got Canadian Maple Leafs, you guys will meet us in a tag later today.
Buddy Love's calling them out for a tag match later today.
You hillbilly inbreds, sit down and shut up. Let me tell you something, Puppy Love. That sounds like something out of a game book to me. But if that's what you want me and Dozer in the main, you've got it. But remember, you're the one that brought this on yourself. And John, find me all you want. I've got a big pocket.
Jason the Gift Kincaid, top 10 in the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA Smoky Mountain champion.
West Virginia, weighing 210 pounds. He is the NWA Smoky Mountain champion and one half of the NWA Mountain State Wrestling Tag Team champions, Jason the Gift Kincaid.
Well, Jason Kincaid, I may have to start fondly referring to him as Goldilocks. He's got the gold in the Smoky Mountain Heavyweight title. He's got the gold in the NWA Mountain State Wrestling Tag title. He's got gold in his braids. So talented an individual, top 10 performer here, not only in Mountain State Wrestling, not only in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, but as you said, Dean, top 10 in the National Wrestling Alliance.
And well deserved as well. No one works quite as hard on the East Coast as this man does. He is respected across the country, and his standings in the NWA Top 10 show this as well.
You ready? Ring the bell.
Brandon Ashworth brings the meeting to order right here, as Hatchet is going to try to wrest the title from Jason the Gift Kincaid.
You know, you got to kind of wonder what would possess you to continue to wear your bandana while performing in a wrestling match against Jason Kincaid.
I don't know, because he's just as likely to leave it alone as he is to choke you out with it.
I mean, really, Jason might high-five a fan, but he knows how to do whatever he wants to do in that ring, and sometimes he's not opposed to a shortcut.
And look at the unorthodox way that he moves back to the left arm. You don't see that very often.
You don't, but you call it unorthodox, but there's one other thing you also have to call it, Dean. Effective.
Absolutely. And unorthodox might as well be the middle name of the NWA Smoky Mountain champion. His moveset, you never know where he's coming from. His appearance designed to confuse you. And all of these are going to stack up in his favor, as he's going to do exactly that right there. He's going to slap your hand away and snap marry you.
Well, you talk a lot about a guy like Hatchet being a student of the game. He's learning his ropes right now. He's been given a golden opportunity today that some guys don't see if they wrestle for 15 years. But Jason Kincaid, from the day he started in this business, continuing to today, is still a student of the game, because every day he learns something new. He learns how to do something in that ring that nobody has done before, because he is probably top 10 in the National Wrestling Alliance, but probably the hardest working individual I've ever seen in terms of continuing to improve himself.
Absolutely, constantly on the move. And kudos also to Hatchet, one of the young men, along with his partner at Zug Island, and Suji McPeak, who are training at the NWA Mountain State Academy at a near constant, and that's why they're getting so good, and that's why he's working so well at house matches and gets a shot against Jason the Gift Kincaid. However, the problem with having a shot against Jason the Gift Kincaid is that you have to beat Jason the Gift Kincaid.
That's right, you have to be in the freaking ring with him.
Which is inconceivable for a rookie to win.
I mean, really, When you say it like that, there's no way I can disagree with you. And just look at that.
Trying to break the arm.
Trying to break the arm. His arm is right next to his head when it got stomped on.
And it was bent in a very awkward angle.
Not very fancy, but absolutely effective in every sense of the word.
Hip toss, and look how he's using his knee to vice up forearm scissors. Thank you, Jason the Gift Kincaid. He is a genius.
He certainly is. That's why I said he's a student of the game for himself, but he's a teacher of the game to everyone else.
Look at Hatchet bridge up into a pin. Hatchet would like to be close enough to the ropes, but he bridges through again.
Kincaid still has a hold of that arm, though. He's not letting it go. And you gotta think, every time Kincaid kicks out one of those pinfall attempts while he's holding on to that, that's just that much more force separating that arm from its origin points.
Absolutely. He'll be lucky if he has any kind of positive feeling in that arm when he wakes up tomorrow morning.
Well, the angle that Kincaid's working at, not only is he working on those fingers and that wrist there, but he's also doing a lot of damage to that deltoid. And you see Hatchet trying to hold him in a single leg there, but still, he wasn't using the arm Kincaid's been working on because there's not a lot of strength left in it at this point.
Kincaid brings the man up past the base. European uppercut, plants him firmly in the corner. Gonna bring him out. Another European uppercut. Staggering Jester. Hatchet, excuse me.
Drags him back to the center of the ring. Double underhook. Butterflies him on over there. Holds on to the arms. Continues to still punish Hatchet. And if Jason Kincaid ever decides to hang up his boots and quit wrestling, he's got a future as a pretzel maker. Look at the way he's turning this poor kid's body inside out every single step of the way.
Our main event was going to see Lost Boy Nero versus Shane Storm. Now it is obviously going to be a tag team matchup between the Canadian Lion Lance Erickson and Bulldozer and Puppy Love. That's going to be your main event. Right now, you're seeing the NWA Smoky Mountain Wrestling Champion, Jason the Gift Kincaid, absolutely having his way with Hatchet.
Hatchet struggling to get back up to his feet. Kincaid's going to force him back into the corner there for his troubles. Holding on to that arm and just kicks the top rope, doing damage to that biceps. There's not a part of this kid's arm that's not going to stop hurting, but that's ever going to stop hurting by the time Kincaid's done with him. He's worked on the wrist, he's worked on the fingers, the phalanges, the deltoids, the triceps.
And now with the arm prone around the rope, he levels a drop kick. Almost a 3 count.
Against better judgment, the kid's still kicking out of this one.
We'll give the guy credit for having heart.
I'd give him credit if he had a brain at this point.
Kincaid hooking the arm, setting him up, slingshot, and right back to the forearm scissors.
And all that pressure on that arm. Hatchet, luckily for himself, right next to those ropes, has his foot on. Ref stops to the 5 count. Kincaid's going to use every second he can on that.
Well, that's what it's there for.
5 count means 4 seconds.
True.
4 seconds is a long time.
Big forearm. The Hatchet goes reeling to the ropes. Oh, and a rake of the back with the fingernails. Vicious assault now by Kincaid.
And what are you thinking right now if you're Hatchet? You've been kicking out of everything Kincaid's been throwing at you. I guess you got to take a moral victory from that. But really, what are you thinking when you experience the pain that that kid's arm's feeling right now?
He's tapping out.
Thankfully for him and mercifully for him, this one is going to be over, Dean. Jason Kincaid just dismantled that poor guy in the middle of the ring. All the heart in the world.
The Gift Kincaid.
All the heart in the world. He kicked out of everything he could. He did as much as he could. But Jason the Gift Kincaid, just too many years experience, just too gifted. And I know that's ironic to make that statement, but literally just too gifted for him to hang with today. Still, Smoky Mountain Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, one half of the NWA Mountain State Wrestling Tag Team Champions. A highlight reel if ever one existed in the National Wrestling Alliance, Jason Kincaid.
A force to be reckoned with for those anywhere from the Temptation Sean Tempers, the North American Champion, through to Colt Cabana, the World Champion. Jason the Gift Kincaid is a contender. As Jimmy Hunt snaps photographs and Cucumber and Company brings it into your own personal headspace.
You know, as much as you look at him right now holding those belts.
This is Jonathan Styles with a backstage House of Styles with 2 members of the syndicate that have asked for time. Rich Quick and the Canadian Lion, Lance Erickson, the NWA Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. Rich Quick, I want to first get to Ricky Shane and his absence now and what this means.
It doesn't mean anything, really, because what happened is Ricky Shane has some personal issues. You know, he has some things he has to get right in his own mind. So what I told him is I said, look, Ricky, you go, you take a vacation, take a cruise, do whatever you have to do to get your mind straight, okay? And that's exactly what he's doing. Ricky Shane may not be with us today. He may not be with us tomorrow. But Ricky Shane could show back up anytime, any place, in any match. So, that being said, the Syndicate is not Ricky Shane. The Syndicate is not Lance Erickson, not Dave Scott, not Matt Connor, not even Rich Quick. The Syndicate is a brotherhood. The Syndicate is a secret society that only accepts the best and the brightest. And that's exactly what we have, Ricky Shane or not.
Champ, any words from you?
The champ's got a lot of words today. Let's start off by saying that all you need to know is the Syndicate is who we are. And that's all that you out there need to know, is that we are who we are. And we have a lot of members that we're looking at, that we're talking about recruiting into this brotherhood that we have. But let me tell you something else right now. There's a lot of things going on here in Mountain State Wrestling. One of the first things I want to talk about is a date that's coming up, and it's May 20th, and it's in Mount Hope, West Virginia. You see, there's a lot of things going on. See, not only am I taking our title and going to Dog Pound, to Southern States Wrestling, to Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and beating people's asses, I'm going to do it right here in Mount Hope against two of the top guys in the NWA. So today we leak a little secrets that's been known. Adam Pearce is coming back to NWA Mountain State. And the last time he was here, he was my tag partner because we seen eye to eye on some things. But let me tell you something, Adam. When you come in on the 20th, you're on the other side of the field, son. And not only you, but Damian Wayne's bringing his bitch ass back, and I'm going to whoop his ass. The last time he was here, we had a chain match. I bled. I still have a scar on my forehead from you. Do you think I'm very, very happy about that? Do you think that?
No, sir. No, sir.
You're damn right I'm not. So let me tell you something, you two goofs. Three-way elimination match. Going to get a lot of paper time. Going to get a lot of press in the NWA. And that day, NWA Mountain State makes their mark on the NWA. Not only will I beat one of you, but I'm going to pin both of you. Then what are they going to do? They have no choice but to respect me and to respect this company and to respect the Syndicate. So come May 20th, you two goofs, bring your ass on down to Mount Hope, West Virginia. Bring your titles if you got them. It doesn't matter. It's for my title. And I'm not losing again. Ever. Lance Erickson will not be pinned in this company or in any other company from now on. You know why? It's like Eric Darkstorm says. There's two things you can do about it. Actually one. Nothing.
Mobile disc jockeys are an important part of your party. Get a good one, you have a great party. Get a bad one, suffer the consequences. Dwayne Muncie, the owner, has been doing this since 1992 and is well qualified to help you through the entire process of making your event a huge hit. Here's just a few reasons you should book us. Dependability, knowledgeable, friendly staff, user-friendly website, over 110,000 songs, will play as long as you want, and customer service is most important to us. We have all the equipment to handle any job, any size. We can even set up multiple systems at the same event. Our gear is well maintained and we always bring backups. We set up early and we love to travel. Please see our website for details. No hidden charges, no setup fees, no subcontracting. Give us a call today at 304-250-0123 or go to DwayneMuncie.com to schedule a free consultation. Don't suffer with a lousy DJ. Let Cucumber & Company help make your night downright historic.
For the past 16 years, Mark Hunt has helped hundreds of people who were injured in a car wreck. Mark Hunt and Associates help people put their lives back together after a car wreck. We get cars repaired, medical bills and lost wages paid, and get you the compensation deserved. Call Mark Hunt and Associates. We have the experience to help you when you can't help yourself. Mark Hunt and Associates, 304-344-1800, or on the web at www.markahunt.com.
Kramer Security and Investigations, an industry leader, is currently hiring for the position of security officer throughout southern West Virginia. At Kramer, quality begins and ends with our security officers. We are proud to offer a variety of shifts, competitive wages, professional training, and a great opportunity. For information, please call 304-256-0300. That's 256-0300, or apply in person at our Market Street Beckley or Walker Street Princeton locations. Kramer Security and Investigations, securing your future today. An equal opportunity employer.
You know their names. It's Suji, Singh, and it's Jester.
All right, Botswana Bill and Charlie Brown getting ready to square off against each other. Let's see if they can earn my respect.
We're going to have to start carrying a shade.
A set of handshake is not going to do it.
We get over here in the sunlight and things go wrong with us. Okay, here's your collar and elbow tie-up. This Young Lions match. These two diamonds in the rough are going at it. Suji taking a side headlock early. A notable size advantage, almost a full head taller than Jester. Wow, and they got away from each other, but look how quick Suji got right back on there.
Well, it looks like the young man with the bald head, Charlie Brown, lost his foot in there, fell flat to the mat. Suji, though, tried to stay on top of him, but Charlie Brown going behind with a firm hammerlock on, what's his name again, Botswana Bill?
Suji Singh.
Suji, what?
Has nothing to do with Botswana. Suji working around now, dumping him to the mid-mat.
All right.
As Hatchet nurses his left arm, he's urging his teammate Jester on towards victory.
Really cranking back on the neck there.
These guys are getting their opportunity to shine. Let me point something out. 2 weeks ago, our young guys had the opportunity to shine in a main event that pitted Nero versus Shaheem Ali. Guys, we don't hold our talent down. Don't ever think that. Nice clothesline there by Jester, and he needs to stay up on top of him. And there he does. He's putting the boots into the midsection.
Well, you would have to be a cynical, jaded, bitter, lying jackass to say something like we hold our talent down. But you know, there are people like that out there in the world. I just don't pay any mind to them.
Big chop now by Jester. Suji's attire is going to take some of the bite out of that. Now Suji reverses. Oh, there's a big chop.
Wow! Now that's vicious.
Big chop.
Okay, I'm starting to take note of this kid. Suji Singh?
Suji Singh.
He's got a mean streak. I like it.
Better believe it. And Flash making sure that these guys try to stay to the rules.
All right, I like it. He's aggressive. He's mean. Charlie Brown stuck in the corner here. He's not looking too good. He hasn't been vicious yet.
Now, when I was a tag team wrestler, I stayed in whatever corner that my partner was at.
Of course you did.
So
on the outside of the ring.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he was in a singles match, I know you're trying to insult me. Scoop slam here by Suji.
Held him up there for a long time. Now, dumped him like a sack of potatoes.
If I were Hatchet, I would stay as close to my partner as possible on the outside so that if I see something, a chink in Suji's armor, I can whisper it in.
Well, let's not give him too much credit. He might be out here to show his support, holding his broken ribs here, which proves just how smart he is. I mean, really, he's holding his ribs, his arms taped up. Jason Kade did a number on that guy. There's not an intelligent thought left in his body.
Another nice clothesline.
But look for a weakness he may in Suji McPeak, or Suji Singh, or Suji. God,
Singh.
I feel like these guys have 50 different names every week. They can't make up their mind. But if he's looking for a chink in his armor, he's not a manager. He doesn't have the same eye that you need to have to give your partner advice like that. These guys are coming up, supporting each other, encouraging each other, but they don't have the know-how yet. They're trying to learn it out there.
Now this is so interesting, a dynamic here, because we've seen Suji and we've seen Jester and we've seen their mindset.
Oh, wow, that was very nice. Look at the way he's just walking him out there to make sure he can get the full impact out of the submission maneuver. I mean, he walked him out there, and look at the way he's just leaning back on him now.
Wow.
That is very unique.
But if the referee will look, Suji's shoulders were down for a moment while he applied that move.
That's all right. He's going to pull Charlie Brown's arm off, keeping him off the mat.
His shoulders are definitely up now.
Wow, Suji really came to bring his A game today. He is impressing me. Well, I'll go ahead and say it now. He is impressing me for the moment.
He is definitely following your school of thought, whatever it takes to win.
It's pretty effective, isn't it?
For Suji right now, yes it is.
Oh, I really like that. Oh, Charlie Brown waking up, giving Suji one of his own. But Suji, he just leveled him there. It's like a running clothesline fist to the jaw.
Clubbing blow now. And now standing on the rib section of a gasping man. And now there's Hatchet in his man's corner, urging him on. I love tag team wrestling. That's why I respect these guys. They work hard week in, week out. So does Suji. So this is exciting for me. And I hope it is for the fans at home as Jester starts firing back on Mr. Singe. Sizing him up, gets him in the corner. And he's going to shoot him across.
Suji's going to hit the other side hard. He's following it up. Clothesline there. Suji's so much taller there. I'm not sure he got the full effect out of it.
No, but that's about the third clothesline the Jester has used. You can tell he's going to work that into his repertoire and be very effective over the years with a clothesline.
Well, sometimes that's what you gotta do. It's like you said earlier, these guys, they're the young up-and-comers, they're learning about the business. And sometimes I mean really, not sometimes, but in life in general, you have to learn by doing. You don't sit at home and think about it and come out here as good as the athletes that we see in the main event slots like Lance Erickson, Jason Kade, Eric Darkstorm, and a slew of others here at Mountain State Wrestling.
Now, I'm going to go so far as to say that after that big boot to the face and that leg drop, had Suji hooked the leg, Suji would have his hands raised in victory. But now Suji,
very possible.
Suji's headed for the top rope.
High risk time. It's either a big payoff or a crash landing, but he's going for it all. Measures him off the top. Oh, and a picture-perfect elbow, but nobody home. Jester's on top of him.
Is that a crossface?
Well, he's locking in a submission maneuver. It's hard to tell from our vantage point, but whatever he's got locked in, it's effective. He's got the win.
The winner of the match, Jester!
Well, Jester proving he didn't come out here to clown around. Suji Singe coming out here with a mean, vicious streak, and he put on a good show for himself today, but in the end, high risk, big miss.
And that is the first singles victory here on NWA Mountain State Wrestling for Jester. And the two men are shaking hands. Good sportsmanship here. Suji Singe knows, man, that was a good match. And Suji's going to have his own days as well, but today, the day belongs to Jester.
All right, referee signaling for the bell. And that's going to bring this one to a start. Both men trying to get the fans into this one, and this match is for fans. You got two guys out there, for whatever reasons, they've decided to latch on to, and Lost Boy Nero and Shane Storm. Shane Storm with a reverse waist lock brings Nero down to the canvas, locks in a front face lock. Nero, though, countering into a hammer lock. And now he's in position above Shane Storm, but you see Shane Storm moving his legs, jockeying for position, gets back up to a vertical base, and a drop toe hold. And these guys are using some fantastic basic wrestling to start things off.
Absolutely. And you know, you don't see a lot of that from a lot of guys. A lot of guys will try to sit there and just beat the tar out of you, beat you down into submission. And today we have had a lot of good grappling action on NWA Mountain State as Shane Storm lifts up the Lost Boy, but he still carries through with a side headlock takeover. Coming up, this was going to be our main event. Unfortunately for these guys, we love you both, but we preempted you with the tag team matchup of Dozer and Lance Erickson versus Puppy Love. Nicely played, Nero. Using the corner to again disorient Shane Storm and land a side headlock takeover. Storm back up past his base to his feet. He's looking to get a, there he used his knee.
Shane Storm, good use of his positioning in the ring.
See, he tried to use the boot. Perhaps the size difference between the two, the height, made it incapable to do so. So veteran maneuver, he broke it down with the knee.
Well, he's using his leverage advantage to its fullest potential there. You see the added pressure that he put on the arm when he had the hammer lock on, and then the side headlock, and then he used his weight to bring Nero on over to the mat.
And again, Nero has to carry Shane Storm's weight as he moves up. Shane still working the wrist.
And you know, I looked at these two guys, and do you know what I think, Dean? Go ahead and take a guess here.
They both like black.
Well, no, that's not it, Dean.
Oh.
I thought you were going to say something about how they were great wrestlers.
Well, they certainly are.
But that wasn't it either. I was wondering which one of them has the more ridiculous ring gear on. Shane Storm with his flared out pants legs, or Nero with his face full of makeup, his fishnet, whatever the heck that is.
Again, it all comes down to subterfuge and diversion. You don't have to rake a guy's eyes to get him out of the game. All right, fireman's carry.
But Nero, look at him. He's fighting for everything. Victory roll position, turns around, gets caught there. Wow! It's like watching the octopuses fight out there. I didn't know who had a hold of who and how they had a hold of what. Shane Storm picking Lost Boy Nero up like a small child, though, ends that one with a backbreaker.
That's what you probably have to do. You got to stop Nero by any means necessary, and Shane Storm decided to use the lower lumbar region. These guys definitely started off with a handshake, but I tell you now, that's long forgotten. These guys are going to be in it for blood. Hard shot to the forehead of Nero, but the boy likes pain. Shane Storm better bring it up.
Whoa! He likes dishing out pain, too. Oh!
That was upstairs.
How many fingers am I holding up, Shane?
Shane
I don't even have 20. That might be an understatement. I saw his eyes roll back for a second. Nero lying in wait. Oh, there's one more for good measure. I think this one might be over. 1, 2.
No, Shane Storm kicking out. Pure adrenaline at this point, I'm sure. He probably just heard a count and figured he better do something.
Really, Shane Storm, I look at the guy's face and I can't think that he knows what's really going on right now. I mean, those shots, to call them stiff, that's an understatement.
Those were well-placed kicks to the side of his head, courtesy of Lost Boy Nero, who he now has lifted up. Snap mare.
Nero
lands ropes.
Slides underneath Storm, takes the legs out from under him, flips on over, up top, and now he's got a rear chin lock on him. Almost a variation of a camel's clutch, sitting square on the back of Shane Storm.
What an incredible and unorthodox moveset does the Lost Boy Nero possess. And that's what Shane Storm has to contend with. Many more years in the ring experience, but now he has to put all of that to use on someone unorthodox. Now there's your size advantage.
Oh, nicely done.
Yes. Nice backbreaker again, putting the damage on the back. If the spine can't hold the body's weight, the body can't fly. Bottom line.
Rookie mistake, though. Didn't hook the leg on that one. Didn't press down on the shoulders.
Now, I've seen Shane Storm in tag team action for other federations. He's making his name here as a singles wrestler. He's having to adapt. That may contend with his slow start in the win category, but he's definitely looking like he can put a win together against Lost Boy Nero today if he can keep him grounded.
Well, lateral press, but once again, no hook of the leg. I mean, this is a guy last week, he went out here against our heavyweight champion, Lance Erickson, and he had a surprisingly good showing for himself. But this week, I kind of think that he's still feeling the effects. He's making some mistakes that I didn't anticipate seeing him make again after doing so well last time. A hurricane run rolled through by Nero.
Pins the legs.
Got them both hooked up. Shane Storm, though, still enough strength and size advantage to kick out of that.
And Shane was the first one to his feet, and he was the last one standing courtesy of a clothesline, but he's nursing a shoulder.
Well, look at Nero. He was holding the back of his head. That clothesline may have accomplished more than Shane Storm had planned on.
Well, a clothesline is effective because you garrote your opponent, but what you do, you're trained to protect yourself on impact. The clothesline is an equalizer there because it takes your opponent by surprise, jerks the head back, and makes the head hard to protect. And now look at the damage that's going into the head of Nero, courtesy of the top rope. Shane Storm sizes him up, shoots him across right here in front of us.
Runs in after him, but Nero catches him with the boot.
Boot to the back of the head, base of the skull region.
Nero comes flying at him. Big time swinging DDT by Nero.
Can he capitalize?
Nero turning a disadvantage into an advantage, hooks the leg. Shane Storm, though, still with a kick out on that one.
Ashworth says it was a game of inches. That shoulder almost did not come up. We thank you so much for tuning in each and every week. We love you guys. You're the reason that we do what we do here at the flagship of the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA Mountain State. Nero telegraphs the drop kick, and Shane Storm grabs the top rope. Now he's going to capitalize, roll through with a pin of his own.
Hooks both of the legs on that one.
Good placement. Shane Storm's starting to wonder what he's got to do to put the young man away.
Well, not only is he wondering what he has to do, but now he's thinking about what he has to do. A lot of neglect early on in this one could have cost him a potential win, continuing to not hook the legs, and he did not do that there. He floated on through and he held on to the legs, made sure he had them hooked, and made sure he had his weight distributed across the upper body of Nero. And that's what you have to do here in Mountain State Wrestling. You cannot take our wrestlers for granted for a second. It will cost you.
Absolutely, right here. Whoa, he went.
Oh, no. Oh, my Lord, poor Nero.
Sunset flip. And he got almost reverse power driven for his example.
Shane Storm with a very vicious maneuver.
Did you hear the crowd dead silent after that move?
Everyone here.
The kick out occurred. The crowd erupted here at Beckley IHOP.
Everyone here concerned about the amount of impact Nero absorbed on that one. Shane Storm, even for a second, looked surprised himself, looked worried he may have hurt his opponent, but he's got to shake that idea out of his head and go right back after him.
Absolutely, and I would work that neck, I would work that head. He's going to get him up, Irish whip, shoots him across, hooks him.
Whoa!
Nero with another tilt-a-whirl DDT on Shane Storm, the second of the match. But does Nero have enough left in reserve to roll over and hook a leg?
Never say die. These guys will come back as zombies and keep fighting well after their limbs are going and blown off by an army.
Absolutely.
This is ridiculous. So much punishment, so much absorbment of that punishment, and still they're giving it their all.
Shane Storm blocks the right hand, blocks another one, fires up, catches Nero on the kick. Nero flips. He lands the kick, hooks the suplex.
Oh, but Shane Storm fighting against it. Nero's got it hooked up though. Lobotomy time. Is he going for a cover? Nero, I think, still dazed from the onslaught of Shane Storm early on.
He's dragging the bigger man closer to the center. He's going to set up for the big high-risk maneuver.
Lunar Salt time. And you hear him signal to the fans that this one's ready to be over. He nails it. Hooks the leg, referee in position 2. That's going to be it.
Lost Boy Nero gets your win.
The Lost Boy Nero.
And
Nero had to work for it, though.
What a contest between these two guys.
This match could have gone either way. At any moment, I thought this match was over, and especially after the almost reverse pile driver that silenced the crowd here in Beckley. That was a scary moment, but when the kick out occurred, that crowd erupted, and it sounded like this right here. They love Lost Boy Nero. They like Shane Storm, too.
Kramer Security and Investigations, an industry leader, is currently hiring for the position of security officer throughout southern West Virginia. At Kramer, quality begins and ends with our security officers. We are proud to offer a variety of shifts, competitive wages, professional training, and a great opportunity. For information, please call 304-256-0300. That's 256-0300, or apply in person at our Market Street Beckley or Walker Street Princeton locations. Kramer Security and Investigations, securing your future today. An equal opportunity employer.
I bet you didn't know I am a voodoo child.
All right, okay, whatever you got to tell yourself here.
It's true.
Okay, I see you with a bag full of cat bones and a cauldron. Voodoo hand. Listen to the crowd.
From Chicago, Illinois, 3DL, Big Bad Buddy Love, and his tag team partner from the Bad News Kettle, Bob Brown. Together, they are
Puppy Love taking a stand against bullying with two guys that they're fed up with. Your heavyweight champion and syndicate member Lance Erickson and former King of West Virginia Bulldozer. And you know that the gold standard Jacques Bollier is going to have his eyes on this. The fans here in Beckley are going to be treated to an act of violence that they may not be prepared for in this matchup. Who in the world said that?
The Bulldozer did. He said he was going to kick their A double crooked letter. I can
didn't
spell
know
it.
if it was him or if it was Rich Quick at ringside.
I can't get fined for spelling, can I?
It depends on if you can spell snuggle bunnies.
What's wrong with you, Dean? All right. Is it go time?
Bloom County was a big part of my upbringing, man.
What a fantastic heavyweight title there. It really is. Rich, how are you doing today, buddy?
Do what?
How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. I'm getting ready to see a great display of athletic ability and getting ready to see Puppy Love get their, what can I say? No, I can't. They're going to get beat. Oh, well, spell it out for me.
A double crooked letter.
Yeah, that. They're going to have their
A double crooked letter.
Left laying right in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. That's right.
You know, Rich, you're a credit to our business, and you're also teaching the kids at home something their parents can't: how to count to 3.
I know.
I love this job. I get a hobnob with the best in the business.
Yeah, we certainly have a lot on our shoulders, but we can handle it.
All right, bell time. Let's get this one underway.
Main event action this week on NWA Mountain State. A grudge match of sorts. And not our expected main event.
And you hear the crowd getting behind Lance Erickson.
No, I hear the crowd getting behind Buddy. It's all about
What are they chanting?
Puppy Love.
Oh, come on. It's the most ridiculous name for a tag team I've ever heard in my life.
You hear it. They're chanting Puppy Love right there, man.
Standing against bullies.
They are taking a stand against bullying. They're making sure that...
You need to take a stand against the buffet line.
Pitbull Bob Brown looking to go up against the heavyweight champion, Lance Erickson. That's a match I'd like to see in singles competition. I'd like to see Pitbull get a shot. He says he'd neuter him.
Well, I think if anybody can neuter the Pitbull, it's Lance Erickson.
One tough hombre.
I'd be remiss if I didn't apologize for telling Buddy to stand against the buffet line. If he was against the buffet line, just turn around and eat the whole darn thing anyway.
Ryan Anderson inserting himself between these two big John Bulls. Champ says his hair was pulled.
Bob Brown refusing to acknowledge what he did.
He didn't pull any hair.
Oh, give me a break, Dean. How many times have we seen Bob Brown bend the rules?
Oh, yes, and how many times have you congratulated him on doing so? Judas Iscariot Hensley, I swear to goodness, man.
It's actually Stephen Joseph.
Stephen Joseph, okay. That's really what I said. You just heard it in Pig Latin.
Huh. All right. Bob Brown fighting out of a wrist lock by Erickson. And he's got him turned around now with a wrist lock and an armbar on the champ, but the champ goes over to the ropes, and that's going to break it up. 5 count. Unfortunately, Bob Brown doesn't understand what numbers are.
Yes, he does. He watched Tales of the Gold Monkey growing up. He knows 1 bark is yes, then 1 bark is no, and 2 barks is yes.
There are times where I hate you, Dean. That isn't right now, but I am disgusted with you.
You just envy my Tales of the Gold Monkey DVD collection and a Schoolboy roll-up.
You're a golden monkey. And Lance Erickson, he looks a little bit shocked at the developments here.
The champ probably wants to go for a brass monkey right about now. We have been joined at ringside by General Manager Jacques Moliere, who is watching from ringside. If he has any words, he can join me at my microphone.
Why is he standing so close to me?
He knows he's watching you too.
Lance Erickson, $500 fine.
$500 fine. All right. You put
fine.
this match together, big boy. Let's get your take on it. What do you want to get out of this? You put the heavyweight champ out here with his partner, the Bulldozer, who may as well be named the Killdozer, against Puppy Love. You want Puppy Love to teach them a lesson? Do you really think they can hang and bang with the former King of West Virginia and the current heavyweight champion?
Well, Stephen Outlaw, Sour, Stephen Hensley, we're just going to have to wait and see what Pitbull Bob Brown and Big Boy Buddy Love's got planned for the NWA Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Lance Erickson, and his tag team partner, the Bulldozer.
Wait a second. It sounds like you might know something I don't know. Do you know something I don't know?
Probably I always know something you don't know, Steve.
I didn't know you knew anything.
You'll figure it out one day.
Our general manager, the gold standard, Jacques Boyer. That is the best promotion that anyone's ever received in this promotion. Oh, Pitbull Bob Brown with a shoulder tackle. Staggering the heavyweight champion into an opposite corner.
Well, Bob Brown really taking it to Lance Erickson, and what a surprise. And this is a Cinderella story. Bob Brown, a longtime veteran in this business, not a lot of opportunities to tangle with heavyweight champions, even in a tag team capacity, and he's really showing what has made him a successful wrestler for so long. But I've still got to question Dean Bibb, really. Puppy Love? You're going to call yourself one half of a tag team named Puppy Love and go against somebody as aggressive as Erickson and the Bulldozer. Do they really still have what it takes to contend with men who are as dangerous as their opponents?
The name, again, a rose by any other name is still a name. If you gave the name Rose to something about 2 feet long, wooden with a 16-pound head on it, you'd actually have a sledgehammer, but you'd call it a rose. The heavyweight champion now applying a vice grip headlock on the
Dean, this isn't a damn gardening show. This is Mountain State Wrestling. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about how a name is good for name value.
Well, let's talk about the most important name in the match. Lance Erickson knocking down Bob Brown with that big, high-impact, high-intensity shoulder block.
That was a big shoulder tackle. Oh, he's got the chain.
Whoa, 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 whoa. That's not what we mean when we say chain wrestling, Bob. You put that down.
And Buddy talking some sense into him, talking his partner down off the precipice of violence there.
That was the smartest thing he did the whole match if he could have gotten away with it. He doesn't have that killer instinct anymore, though. He's too busy high-fiving the fans, crusading against bullies, trying to get homeless dogs at the animal shelters adopted through the American Humane Society.
In other words, doing all the right things.
Yeah, well, let's see if he can do the most important one. Let's see if he can win against Lance Erickson and the Bulldozer, because I do not think he has a prayer.
It's going to be a hard-fought victory if they get it. Lance Erickson very proud of himself. Stepping over the Pitbull. Oh, and Pitbull getting a hip toss on him. Sizing him up. Scoop slam now. And the heavyweight champion's out of the ring in front of us.
Well, Lance is surprised. You can't fault him for being surprised because we are. Bob Brown he's doing an amazingly good job against the heavyweight champion.
Amazing.
I didn't think he was capable of taking it to Lance Erickson like he has.
Yes, Bob Brown is a capable wrestler. That's why he's here.
But you know what Lance Erickson has? And the Bulldozer has that. Those two losers over there don't have. They have Rich Quick. They have a mind on the outside, and that's where Lance Erickson went. He went to the mind on the outside for a new strategy.
I agree, and we're going to try to get our headphone cable working again so we can hear each other properly.
I'm standing 1.5 feet away from you, Dean. I think we can talk loud.
Okay, we're not going to worry about it. We are going to take our Behringer headphones off for a moment.
A fan got a little overexcited, stepped on our equipment, but who can blame them for being excited? This is NWA Mountain State Wrestling, the finest wrestling around. And man, I'm getting up off my feet. I'm so surprised to see how well Puppy Love is doing against such a destructive force of nature as the tag team of Erickson and Dozer. And Buddy Love's going in there, and he is really taking it to Erickson. A lateral press with all that girth on top of the heavyweight champion.
Buddy Love pressing his advantage, definitely. And getting a quick tag in.
Good golly.
Who lands a foot to the rib cage. Yet to see action in this match, Bulldozer. All three men have already...
Well, there you go. Like you said, yet to see action. The freshest guy out there. What's that going to mean when he gets the tag right now?
Right there. He's sizing up, coming in, and he takes a hip toss from Pitbull Bob Brown.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
We've got a definite advantage here.
Bob Brown is like a rabid animal just unleashed here. He's not stopping for anything. What the heck number is Huss? Do these people learn to count in McDowell County?
Possibly. Bulldozer now. Oh,
whoa, 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 whoa. Where's the 5 count? He's in the ropes. He's in the ropes. Where's the 5 count?
That's general manager justice right there.
Well, how about that right there? How about a foot to the face of your friend Bob Brown?
I must bring this to light. after a titty twister. The referee, the general manager says it's general manager justice.
Well, the general manager is as stupid as you are. If you guys were paying attention to anything, you'd ask yourself how much Puppy Love loved that booty gun in the face, how much Puppy Love likes getting torn apart in the corner there, because for all your showboating, for all your insults to my friends out there, they are taking your boys apart. How do you like that?
I love it, cuz.
Huh? Hey, Jacques, does that tickle? Does that tickle? No, it doesn't.
Bulldozer now pressing his advantage over Bob Brown, who right now is in a world of hurt and getting rolled over into a pinning predicament.
And the Dozer's really tearing apart Bob right now. I wish he'd tear that hand off him and beat him upside the head. See if you can take some common sense back into the head of my former friend, my former dog, that mangy piece of garbage running around with that fat sack of trash on the outside.
I hear you, Judas Iscariot Hensley.
Stephen Joseph.
These guys were your friends 3 weeks ago. And again, going for the pin.
My friends don't turn their back on me.
I think that's the core of it. You need to be loved. Bulldozer now looking for a different row to hoe here with Pitbull Bob Brown. Now, and he's firing back, and the crowd's behind him. Bulldozer landing a clubbing forearm.
Yeah, those jabs by Bob Brown not having too much effect. He exhausted himself early in this one. You want to know the strategy? It's called rope-a-dope. Go out there, house of fire, take away your energy, and then we're going to take you apart. And Erickson and Dozer are doing that to a T. And you can't argue with it.
That left arm's going to feel that. He had his fingers buried deep in the palm of Pitbull Bob Brown, wrenching that arm as far as it could be wrenched.
And those are choking away on Bob Brown in the corner. Buddy Love overcome by emotion because he loves his friend so much. Puppy Love loves each other and the fans so much. But you know who loves hurting them? Lance Erickson and the Bulldozer. I like watching it. I love watching it. So does Rich Quick. So to heck with you and the fans. You go adopt a dog, crusade against bullies, but at the end of the day, we're going to walk around looking at championship belts and accolades.
Divorce court courtesy of your heavyweight champion, the Canadian Lion Lance Erickson, and Rich Quick is getting some iPhone pictures of it. And now right back to the left arm, which was almost dislocated, courtesy of the Canadian Lion. This is main event action here at NWA Mountain State, the flagship of the National Wrestling Alliance, www.nwamountainstate.com. The Canadian Lion smelling blood in the air here as Buddy Love tries to get the crowd behind his tag team partner, and he's succeeding. Can Pitbull hear it? Can he hear it and reach his base?
Well, Bob Brown doing everything he can to get back into this one, but with Lance Erickson pushing him towards the unfamiliar side of the ring, that proverbial line drawn in the sand that he cannot get across. All of that inspiration that he's trying to cling to, it's vanishing in the blink of an eye, Dean. You can't take punishment like this for a prolonged period of time and still manage to pull it off in the end.
They bend the arm one way and work it. Then they bend the arm the other way and work it. The bottom line is that arm's taking more abuse than a human joint is supposed to. Listen to the crowd here. We just had a moment of silence to let you hear this rabid crowd here at Beckley IHOP on Harper Road. They love NWA Mountain State. We've had a good working relationship with IHOP, and we thank them for their support.
Sit down and shut up.
And you hear Erickson tell the fans to sit down and shut up. The fans showing their support for Bob Brown and Buddy Love. But to no avail. You see Bob Brown trying to jab away at the Bulldozer in absolutely zero effect. But you hear the crowd chanting, "Huss." Bob Brown's back on his feet. He's hitting Dozer harder than ever with everything he has left in that gas tank. Comes off the ropes, ducks a clothesline, comes back up, gets caught with an arm drag.
Wow, I did not see that coming, but we've seen Bulldozer wrestle just as good as anyone. Brilliant time to pull out a textbook wrestling move and go right back to the basics of dismantling the human arm. That was brilliant.
And that just shows you how much of a complete package the Bulldozer is. You take a guy with his size, you look at him, you automatically think power. You don't think about his technical abilities. You sure as heck don't think about him doing a drop kick against you. Who sees a guy that big do a drop kick on a semi-regular basis, let alone a regular basis?
And Quick got a little too close to Buddy Love and about paid the price for it.
Well, Buddy Love keeps his eyes on Rich Quick. He's not keeping his eyes on his partner. If his partner manages to catch lightning in a bottle and get over to that corner and Buddy Love's looking the wrong way, paying attention to the wrong thing.
And all the action here, we have ran out of time here on the broadcast television.
Oh, no, what a travesty.